What's up, y'all? We are back, season 18, episode 3. Let's get into it, and don't mind me, I just came from the gym. However, before we get started, I want to issue a public apology. No one said anything. A lot of people was in agreement with what I said, but I still feel like it was kind of mean. You get what I'm saying? So we have a responsibility in things that we put out there, and I don't ever want to come off offensive to anybody who didn't do anything to me. And it's to Robin and her children. Last video I said I didn't see the value in them coming into the family. And you know what? For me, I may not see the value, but obviously they saw the value. You get what I'm saying? So I apologize for saying that, because that, I think everybody has value. I don't want it to be a situation where, oh, I'm saying you're not worthy, or I don't want it to be that way or be taken that way. And I don't want anyone to feel like they don't have value. You get what I'm saying? So this is my apology for saying what I said in the last video. And I'm going to do better in choosing my words carefully, is what I want to say. Hold on. Let me scooch up in here between these people. These are the Cody partners. I think this is his brother. These two down here is his partners. This one right here, he's in polygamy, but he's currently going through a divorce, or has been through a divorce. I think he just got married, and I don't know if he's been divorced or not. That's not the point. So this whole dialogue was interesting because I think it's important. Everybody made a good point that people deserve to have women time, men deserve to have men time. I agree with that totally. And there's nothing like getting together with your partners so you can throw out there what's been going on, and they can tell you if you're right or wrong, so everybody can get on the same page. Because I pick up the phone often and call my best friend and be like, don't you feel the same way I feel? Because we gotta both feel the same way in order for me to feel right, is what I'm saying. So he talks about the divorce with what's her name? With Christine, and how he's been angry, and how his anger has rubbed off on the kids, jeopardized his relationship with, Janelle and Robin. He never once mentioned married at all. And I'm convinced that production be asking questions in their confessionals, because whatever they asked Cody about, basically Cody view, he kind of threw out there like polygamy, if you getting tired of one wife, he makes it a point to say a lot that Christine, he's tired of Christine. You get what I'm saying? Or she just was getting on his nerves and he can go somebody else's house so he can just get away from her. Robin had an issue with it. She didn't like that at all. She felt like you should just deal with your problems. You don't use polygamy to get away from one wife and all of that. I can agree to that, because I feel like that's what men do when they cheat. Like, oh, I just need a break from you, so I'm just gonna lay up and spread it low and lay it wide. Spread low and lay it wide. You know what I mean? Over here with Suzanne, Jessica, whoever, So also they were asking him questions. If Christine wanted to sit down and have a conversation, would he? I'm gonna be honest. He angry. He going through his process, which I think is normal. I think he missed Christine. That's the vibe I got. I got that he missed Christine, and he want to talk with Christine. He said he would actually apologize from Christine, take some ownership. This one right here, basically, without just coming out saying, Cody, you fucked up, was saying, hey, you need to take some responsibility for the part you played in this. And I'm gonna be honest, it just doesn't seem like Christine and Cody were on the same page, because we as the viewers saw when the breakdown started. I just started watching Sister Wives season 16, and I got into watching it season 1, tried to go back and work my way forward. I seen in season 1 where the breakdown started. I seen it in season 1, and for me as the viewer, I feel like it started when Christine was pregnant. Now, could it have started before then? Possibly so. I could be missing something because I'm not versed in Sister Wives theology. However, for me as a viewer, to me it started, because I just felt like that was so I felt like even if you're in a polygamy marriage, I'm not a part of the culture, nor do I know the rules and regulation and the bylaws. But if one of your wives is pregnant, you should not be courting outside puss to come into the family. Like, that's just what I think. My bad, y'all. I had to regroup because this is not that kind of show, at least not this episode. So, let's start over. So, Cody started it for me. Cody started up here with his explanation about how he would apologize for Christine, take ownership, blah 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 blah. Then he started to go on the decline. The decline started when they asked him, "Where do you think it went wrong?" He says, "When she came and told me that she hated polygamy." Well, no, yeah, I'm gonna say why it started to decline here is because I feel like it for Christine. We know for Christine, it was before then. But let me tell you, for him, he felt like it started when she said, um, I hate polygamy, and he immediately reacted with anger, and he understood that, saying, "Well, how you gonna hate polygamy when if it wasn't for polygamy, you wouldn't have me or this kids or this family?" And he said instead he would be like, "I'm sorry it's so difficult for you. What can I do to make this better?" He would be that way. And I was like, yeah, he kind of dived and then he went back up. But then he took a crash when he said, because he doing the same thing he did with Christine. He doing to Janelle. He said, "I think me and Janelle are all right. We ain't going through nothing we can't come back from." Like, you kind of just dismissed her the same way you dismissed Christine, and you didn't take the warnings to heart. Moving on. So the meat and potatoes of this episode was them two. This argument here, I'm saying that when in the middle of the argument, when they switched to confessionals, they only showed the confessional between Cody and Janelle. Nobody else was a part of this conversation. However, the fight wasn't as gun-ho as they made it seem, because they went in a circle. They did the blame game with each other. Cody was very firm about what he felt. Like, he was able to articulate what he felt, why he felt the way he felt. He was able to come with a list of things as if he was keeping tabs. Janelle couldn't say anything. All she kept saying was, you said they had to apologize. We've been hearing that. Cody has since said, yes, and I took it back and I said, we just need to talk. What else you got? And she couldn't say anything else. She said, well, I think just this is a bigger issue. If it's a bigger issue, then Janelle, tell me what the bigger issue is. She never did that. She never did that. I will say he did take what she said and twist her words when she was like, "Oh, and you and Robin are so perfect. You're trying to make somebody else responsible for this, and because you're jealous." That's not what she said. You tried to say her and Christine was lacking, and she was like, "Oh, so you think you and Robin so fucking perfect?" She didn't assign blame to Robin. And I'm going to be honest with you, no one can assign blame to Robin for how Cody was acting. I don't agree with that. Cody gonna do what Cody wanna do. If Cody wanna be over there with you, he gonna be over there with you. If he didn't wanna be over there, he's not going to. I just think he did to Christine like he did to Mary, and he's trying to do it to Janelle. But unlike Mary, they dipping on your ass, because this fight ended with her saying, "Fuck you," and I'm out the door. Now, based on her confessional, because when I first seen the preview of it some months ago, I was like, "Ooh, Janelle might be gone." But based on her confessional, I'm on the fence about it. I'm not sure if she's gone or they just separated. That can happen. However, I am not advocating for the delusion of anybody's family, relationship, cohabitation, any of that, because that's not my place. But we're going to talk about it. Other than that, I just wish Janelle would just... maybe she couldn't say what she needed to say because the temperatures was rising, and she maybe forget, or maybe she didn't want to make him madder to where he leave and stormed out. Or it could be that she fears that any fight that they had could signify that it's the end, because I'm gonna be honest, none of them calls Cody out on their shit. Mary, Robin, Christine, Janelle, because in my opinion, if they wanted to nip shit in the bud with Cody, when he started doing this shit with Mary, all of them should have been like, "Well, bitch, you can't come sleep over here. You can't come sleep over." He, just like he said with his boys, he can, excuse me, he can use the other wife to get away from the other wife. And Robin had a problem with that. Now, Mary didn't like when he said that comment. She right. All of y'all, if y'all are sister wives, I'm thinking all y'all should have a relationship with each other. That in my mind, this is how I'm thinking sister wives or polygamy is when there's one man. The wives have a relationship. It's not just the men with their wives. It's the wives have a relationship amongst each other, right? So if he's doing Mary a certain way and she's a part of the family, why y'all not saying nothing? Is it because y'all don't like Mary or because you don't want to jeopardize your relationship? Like, why isn't anyone no, you can't come sleep on my couch till you go fix that shit with Mary. The point I'm trying to make is you can't come over here till you fix shit with her over there. We are a family. We're going to operate as a family. Go get it together. Now, if it's to the point of no return, then it's to the point of no return. However, I feel like everybody was so focused on their own situation that it began to unravel. It's one thing when one person's doing it, but when everybody's doing it, the whole family gonna break apart. You know that. I mean, they showed it because Robin was already focused on her own situation. Then Mary, then Christine saw it because she kept saying, "Oh, I don't want a relationship like Mary. God, I don't want." If you seen that it was bad, why didn't anyone say anything? Why didn't anyone check him on his shit? It's for y'all and one of him. Like, why didn't nobody check him on this shit? Is what I'm asking. However, long story short, she told him to come get his shit. Get your shit, and get out. And that's that. And he move on, like he do her, like he did Janelle. I mean, like he did Christine, just like he did Mary. So, you know. Also, this scene was very heartbreaking. Like it was written all over Janelle's face that it had to come to an end, and she didn't want it to end, but she really feels like her and Cody are done. Like, she feels her and Cody are done, so much so that she's concerned about her finances. And she was like, I'm such a smart woman, but I did the dumbest thing in the world. I felt like that last season. I felt like when she was pushing to try to get her house built on Coyote Pass, trying to put a plan together when she was in the RV, I feel like she saw the writing on the wall around that time, maybe before she actually started trying to move forward with her plan, try to secure some sort of asset for her and her kids, because she honestly feels like she doesn't have any. Everything is tied up with him and Robin. But yeah, this was really heartbreaking to watch, and I hate that her and Cody are going through it. Okay, moving on. Christine wanted to make sure she still have a relationship with Janelle's children, and she does. The end. For some reason, they continue to crowd outside of Mary's house in the cold. I'm not understanding why. Like, why won't they film in Mary's house? Can somebody tell me that? Why do they always have to meet at a campground? Because this is confusing. However, in this moment, Cody begins to exaggerate, and they start, her and Robin start talking with some sense. Mary, I'm gonna be honest with you, it seemed like Mary sees the writing on the wall. She already talking about she need to make plans for future holidays because she don't know where she fit in. She don't really have nobody. She's not a part of Cody and Robin, and she's not a part of Janelle and Christine friends group, so she might as well just skedaddle. I ain't mad at you, and I feel you on that. Robin tried to interject, but she backed off soon as she saw he was getting irritated. Mary issued a warning before she said what she needed to say, because she didn't want to cause irritation, or how she said be a jerk. I don't know. He said he reached out to them boys. Did you call him, let the phone hang up? Like, I'm not sure if I'm buying that that's what you did. I'm not sure if I believe that. Maybe he did. Maybe it's something they're not showing us. I just don't see where he reached out to them. So what's going to happen is Janelle and the boys are getting a B&B in town, in Flagstaff, while they going to be sitting at Robin's house. And Christine going to come down after Christmas. He tried to imply that Janelle is spending Christmas with Christine, and that's just not the truth. Christine's not coming to after Christmas, and Mary and Robin quickly remind him of that. In case, like, they did it, they didn't think... I think he was doing it to try to make Janelle seem like she's being a traitor, And they just corrected him just because they corrected him, but not trying to save Janelle, if that makes sense. He and his feelings, he told him they had a fight. In this moment, Robin, in my opinion, you should have been like, well, you need to go fix it with Janelle, because you ain't got no place over here until you go fix it with her. Our family is unraveling. We on the last leg, and you need to stop it before we go away. That's it. That's all, y'all. Nothing else happened. Let's talk about it in the comments. You got anything you want to say, add to it? Let's discuss it. As always, y'all play sweet. Bye.